everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I cover oily skin, hooded eyes, and beauty. Believe it or not, this is the second time that I have to film this because when I was reviewing the footage, everything was out of focus. Anyway, so normally I start my videos with you guys all the way back there, but I'm just gonna keep you guys up close and personal so that way we can get into this look. So in today's video, I'm gonna be creating a spring eyeshadow look for hooded eyes, and I'm gonna be using this eyeshadow palette here from e.l.f. and it is the bite-sized Acai You eyeshadow palette. Now, lucky me, this actually happens to be Pantone's color of the year for 2022, Very Peri, which is pretty much periwinkle, so yay! I'm gonna start by priming my eyes with the NYX Eyeshadow Base Primer, and it's actually in the color white to make the pastel colors really be vibrant and stand out. So I'm just going to quickly put that all over the lid. So I'm actually gonna use this from the lash line all the way up to my brow. I am doing my eyeshadow first just because with this palette there is a lot of fallout and I just don't want to ruin the rest of my makeup. Normally I do use the white eyeshadow base from e.l.f. but they don't sell that anymore, so I went ahead and just bought this. I did read some really good reviews, but if you guys have any recommendations for any white eyeshadow primer from the drugstore, definitely let me know. I am up to trying anything. It really doesn't matter what eyeshadow primer I use, I will always set it with a translucent setting powder. Now that that's all done, I'm gonna finally get into the palette, and all over the lid and also in the creases of my eyelid, I'm gonna go into this color right here. I do want this to be the main focus of this eyeshadow look, so I do wanna take it just above my crease because I do have hooded eyes, so my natural crease is right here. I do want to bring my crease up just above to kind of create that illusion that my crease is a little bit higher. So you'll see as I'm putting on my eyeshadow what I mean by that. Also, I'm just going into my Eco Tools eyeshadow brush and taking this, like I said, all over the lid, all the way above the crease. Now, I actually did not know that this color was the Pantone color of the year. I just happened to see this and I was like, holy crap, this is so beautiful. I have to get it. And then I found out that this was the color of the year. And I was just like, holy crap, what a coincidence. Because this is what I was wanting to use anyway for springtime makeup. Spring, I think, was, I don't know when the first day of spring was or is, but I knew that it was gonna be obviously around this time, so perfect timing. So as you can see, I am putting the shadow just above the crease and I'm making it into a wing shape. That way it kind of brings up the eye look and it just kind of makes it a little bit more visible so you guys can see with my eyes open, because if I were to go just stop really at my natural crease, you guys wouldn't really be able to see anything that's on my lids. Now, there is one thing about this palette that you should know, just in case if you are planning on purchasing it. All of the eyeshadows work best as you pat and then blend, because if you just go in and you start blending, it's really not gonna stick onto your eyelids. It's gonna just kind of dust off. So pat and then blend. I find that that works a lot better. I'm gonna go ahead and do it to the other side. All right, so perfect. I honestly could just clean this up, put the rest of my makeup on, and just be happy with this. This color is so, so beautiful, but we will continue. I do wanna go ahead and deepen up the creases and the outer thirds. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here. And yes, it's a little bit shimmery, and I know that I always say never put shimmers in your crease if you have hooded eyes, just because it's going to really accentuate the hooded eyes. But honestly, whenever you blend this out, it comes out more of like a satin color. It doesn't really look that shimmery, so I feel like this is the exception. So I'm just gonna take my small e.l.f. professional eye crease brush so that way I can really get in there. So like I said, we are going to be patting in this eyeshadow and then we're going to blend. This shade in particular is super, super dusty. It has a lot of fallout. I really like this eyeshadow palette because if you are a person who really only uses neutrals in their makeup collection but wants to experiment with colors outside of their comfort zone, these palettes are only $3. So I think that it's great to get something this little with very few crazy colors outside of your comfort zone to practice with, or in general just to keep in your collection, just in case you want that extra sparkle, extra color in there. I think that these are perfect. Okay, so to deepen that up just a little more, I'm gonna go into this color right here with the exact same brush and deepen up the outer thirds and the crease of my eyelid just a little bit. Of course, I am not going to be worrying about the fallout right now, and whenever I'm done with the top eyeshadow, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, but for now, I'm just going to let it be because it's going to get messy. Now I'm going to go ahead and do all of this to this side. Okay, so I know that I look really, really crazy, but I promise we are going to be cleaning this up in just a minute. But first, I do want to put some sparkle on my eyelids. Let's go into the shade right here. This shade is so, so beautiful. I do want to take it on the outer thirds and just kind of bring it up to where my iris starts on this side. I think it's going to look really, really pretty. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to be using my fingers. I feel like that's the best way to use this shade here. And I'm just going to press. I'm not going to really blend anything just yet, but just press down. I love just how subtle this looks, and then you can build it up to however you want. Look at that. So beautiful already. So I'm just going back into that periwinkle color and making sure that I am not making that sparkle overpower this beautiful color. So I just wanted a little bit of sparkle. Not that much. I got a little carried away. Perfect. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do it to the other eye. Okay, so this is looking so, so good and so, so weird at the exact same time, but I'm gonna go ahead and clean up and then do the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back so that way we can finish the bottom eyelids and then just kind of do the finishing touches. So I'll be right back. All right, so I am back with the rest of my makeup, and if you are curious as to what is on my face, I will link everything down below for you guys. So let's go ahead and finish this eye look. I'm basically gonna be mirroring what I did on the top eyelids, just with smaller brushes this time. So I'm gonna be using this small eyeshadow shading brush, and I'm gonna be taking this color here all along the bottom lash line. And yes, it already had the eyeshadow on here because I have already filmed this. I just have to be super careful with how low I take this because I tend to take it down super low. So I try to be as close to the lash line as possible. I'm gonna take that exact same brush actually, just because it is super small. And on the outer thirds, I'm gonna go into that shade right here just to connect the bottom and the top eyelid. So I completely forgot to use a tissue paper just to kind of guard the rest of my makeup. Normally I would use just translucent setting powder all along my under eye area, but like to catch the fallout. But because I am doing kind of like a dewy kind of look, I don't want to matte the crap out of my under eye area, like from here down. So I'm just gonna be using a tissue to guard the rest of my makeup. So I'm just gonna basically do all this to the side. Okay, so because my under eye area is so small, I won't be able to put the shimmer shade on my bottom lid using my finger, so I'm gonna have to use a flat brush. It's just gonna be this little flat angle brush that I'm gonna be using, and I'm gonna be going into this shade right here. Perfect, now I'm gonna do it to the other side. As you can see from this eyeshadow palette, I'm not gonna be able to highlight the areas that I need to, so I'm gonna go ahead and use what I used on my face, which is the Nabla Skin Glazing Highlighter, and that's gonna be in the color Ozone. So beautiful. Just gonna take a small little brush like this and put the highlight just underneath the arch and then the inner corner. Alrighty, so I am not going to be using eyeliner this time around. I think I'm just going to be using mascara, and I do take a while to put on my mascara, so I'll be right back with the final look. Alright everyone, so here is the final look. I am so excited about this look. I am absolutely loving this eyeshadow palette. It is so gorgeous, and I'm hoping that you guys are loving this just as much as I am. And if you guys do decide to, I don't know, recreate this look, definitely tag me on Instagram. Here is my handle. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like this look and this video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I do upload every Wednesday and Saturday at noon Central Time, so keep an eye out for that, and thank you guys so much for everything. Bye.